Stephanie Hollowich and her family moved to the bucolic countryside of Washington County, located in southwestern Pennsylvania, with hopes of putting down roots and building her dream house. Instead, her family now faces the day-to-day reality of living at the center of gas drilling. Her drinking water has gone bad, and she worries that the air emissions from a nearby processing plant are damaging her children's health. She wants to move her family away from the drilling, yet she's having trouble selling her home because of all the nearby industrial activity.
My name is Stephanie Hollowich, and my husband's name is Christopher. We have two children, Nathan, who is 9, Allison, who is 5. In our water, we've detected 5 different volatile organic compounds. On numerous occasions, acrylonitrile shown up. We've also had toluene, ethylbenzene, tetrachloroethylene, and styrene. These are things that should never be in water. They all cause cancer. We found out that one of the chemicals in our water is incredibly dangerous to breathe in, like in the shower. It's more dangerous to breathe it in than it would be to have it on your skin or ingest it, which is really frightening with 2 little kids when you use a vaporizer when they're sick, or put them in a hot steamy shower in the winter, or you're making something on the stove and the steam's there, or the dishwasher, all the exposure they've had. We don't know how serious that's been. And we don't know if this is even everything because we haven't tested for everything. There's hundreds of things to test for. And it's hit or miss, and the burden falls upon the landowner to pay for all this testing. The standard test is like 14 things. It's some heavy metals and some salts. Well, nobody's testing for VOCs, and there's hundreds of those that they're using all over the country, all the different companies to frack with. People don't know where to go. People don't know what to do. When people call the DEP because they've got water problems and the DEP tests for 14 things and then their water's black and oily and the DEP says there's nothing in it, it's safe to drink, who are we supposed to go to? With the gas plant and the compressor station next door, we've had a lot of air issues where, you know, it smells really bad. We get burning eyes, burning throats, headaches, ringing ears. We don't know what's coming out. We've recently had some air testing done, and it's shown that there are high levels of volatile organic compounds coming out of these plants. And with the compressor station and the plant being so close together and being 2 completely different companies, they each have their own air permit. First of all, they should never be allowed that close together because the emissions are too extreme. The DEP doesn't look at the cumulative effect of these emissions coming out, so we're getting kind of a double whammy of what would be allowed anywhere else.
But it's very, very loud, it smells terrible, and we don't know what's coming out of the compressors, the dehydrator. They have a flare that runs all the time, and when the flare goes out, then they just vent, and that's usually when we get really bad headaches.
When the man came to take the air sampling test, he didn't even have the equipment completely out of the car, and the alarm went off for the VOCs. And the alarm goes off at 50 parts per million, and we were above that just in our driveway. And there was no odor that day. There was nothing that would give us a clue that we were being exposed to that. That's where my kids play, you know, and their swing set's right next to that. That's where they spend all their time. We have a windsock in the backyard because we watch which way the wind blows, so we know if anything's coming from the plant or the compressor. The levels are so high in what they've breathed in, and we don't know what the long-term effects of this are going to be.